Welcome back to another week of the 13 Sports Coaches Show. I'm Katie Marr. This week, very happy to be joined by Washburn Rural volleyball and girls basketball coach, Kevin Bordewick. Coach, thanks for joining me this week.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And I mean, we're just a few weeks away from the season starting in mid-August. What does August or just the summer in general look like for your team? I feel like a lot of people don't know what the high schoolers are up to.
Well, I like to think I know what they're up to, but then I really wonder what they're up to. But I thought we had a pretty productive summer. I thought that we got some things done and kind of, for the coaches' standpoint, kind of understand a little bit more about what we have coming back and what we're able to accomplish. I think the girls are pretty excited about getting started, but it's a little bit weird because we meet Monday through Thursday, an hour and a half each of those days. And then we have our team camp in about mid-July. So from about July 18th to August 19th, we don't do anything, which is okay because they need some time off too. But it's also those first couple of days of practice and tryouts. They're trying to get their feet back under them, trying to get, not lose completely what we accomplished over the summer. So it's going to be, I'm excited to get started. And I think the girls are too, but I thought we had a pretty good summer. I thought we got some things accomplished and I think we got better.
Cool. And so tryouts wise, have those already happened or do you know what your squads look like right now?
No, I mean, we have an idea after the summer. We have a better idea, I should say, but those are just opportunities for those kids to get better. It's not a have to show up type thing, but our girls kind of have a commitment level. It's a little bit different. So they expect each other to show up over the summer, which is nice. But the actual tryouts where we grade them out and judge them and all that, that's next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So we have 3 days of tryouts, and then they'll find out Wednesday night what the teams are.
Yeah, no surprise there that there are high expectations for your squad. We know Washburn Rural Volleyball is a highly respected program in the state of Kansas, and you've been at the forefront of that dynasty for 20 years. Correct me if it's longer or
About
shorter.
30, but
About
who's
30.
counting?
So, like, when you look back, at the start of your career at Rural, what do you think it took to first establish success and then continue it for this long?
Well, any, success in terms of wins and losses, you have to have some studs that are playing the game. And at Washburn Rural, we've been very fortunate and blessed to have a lot of studs come through here. And if Rick Peterson on topsports.com put out, the 100 greatest athletes. We had a lot of volleyball players that were on the top 100 in Shawnee County. And so when you look at that, I've had it pretty good out here and they've made me look a lot better than what I actually am, obviously. But I know that when we first started, you kind of had to have a purpose. You had to have a vision of what you thought this could be like. And the first couple of seasons, we had winning records and we just fell short of going to the state tournament. Then in our third year here, we went to state, and every year it seemed like we advanced a little bit farther. And the first year we didn't win any pool play. The next year we won one pool play. The next year we went to the Final Four. And it just slowly builds. And then once you break the ice and get that championship, then it's like a frenzy where people really want to do that again and again. And we've been really lucky that we've done that a couple of times. And every year we've got girls that are just have that grit and that desire to do that. And it just builds on it.
Yeah, and one of those girls who I think we'd all classify as a stud on the volleyball court is Brooklyn DeLay. Led you guys to a state title in her time there, just finished her freshman year at Kentucky, then was named the MVP of the women's under-21 Team USA this summer. Did you always know that Brooklyn had that in her, that she was going to be that great?
Oh, yeah, I think yes, because Brooklyn is a little more determined than what her demeanor leads her on to be. This kid is one of the more humble kids we've had come through here, but yet one of the more driven ones. If you tell her she can't do something, she will try to prove you wrong type thing. And she has a tremendous work ethic. Her parents have raised her the right way. You know, she comes back and she walked into our gym because she worked out with us a couple of weeks over the summer before she had to leave for the American team. And everybody just got silent, like, oh my God, Brooklyn is walking through the gym again. And she was just kind of laughing to herself. She's the most humble kid. She's not, uh, she's just has so much great characteristics about her that you just love her. But I always thought that Brooklyn's going to be the one that holds herself back, if anybody, because if Brooklyn decides she wants to do something and can do it, then she'll do it. And she'll work hard to get towards that end. I'm really not surprised. I would not be surprised if we don't see her in the Olympics in 4, or probably a better possibility might be 8 years. But I think she could be there.
Yeah, that's actually something a lot of the local media here has been saying as the Olympics were going on. We were naming local players that we think would be there, and Brooklyn was for sure one of the names. Having girls like her come through your program, does that help instill confidence in your current younger players that, they can reach those levels too?
Yeah, because we always consider what we do here. I mean, you go through a process. It's not like how many wins or how many championships, but you come to practice every day to get better at something, whether it's your serving, your passing, hitting, it doesn't matter. But we always have a purpose, and we're kind of intentional and deliberate with what we do. And we really do preach that the world is full of mediocre people. So let's be a little above that. And let's reach for higher and greater things. Don't be afraid to be great. It's hard to be great. It's hard to be a great person. It's hard to be a great athlete because you have to do what mediocre people don't or can't do. And these kids kind of buy into that, and they really do kind of, for the most part, strive to be above what others are. And I think with that mentality, they can accomplish just about anything they want.
Yeah, and I mean, you as a coach, I mean, Brooklyn's not the only player that you've had that's gone on to play college volleyball. Does it, how proud does it make you as a coach? What kind of feelings do you have when you know that you played a role in a young athlete's life like that?
I think the role I played was pretty small in Brooklyn's journey. She's had great club coaches. She's had great support system. Her family, supported her traveling to all the club tournaments. So I think my part in Brooklyn's journey is pretty small, but I have the greatest amount of respect for her. And it does make me very proud of what she's accomplished. But Brooklyn put in that work, and that is Brooklyn's doing. Good Lord gave her some gifts, 6'2"
Yeah.
and very athletic, and we understand that. But the other qualities that were instilled in her by like her family is that she loves being a great teammate. She could have easily just said, I'm only going to do volleyball, but she loves being part of a team. She loves being a great teammate. So even in her senior year, she finished out her basketball and her soccer season. And she probably didn't have to do that, but the type of kid that Brooklyn is, and this is what I want people to understand way more than what she is as an athlete, is what kind of person she is.
Yeah. And I mean, do you know how many girls that have come through your program that have gone on to play college volleyball or even other, do you guys keep numbers of that?
Um, well, I do. I think there's almost 50.
Wow.
It's right around that number at various levels,
Yeah.
have gone on and played in college.
Yeah. And like we said, you're not just the volleyball coach, but you've also had a fair share of really talented girls basketball teams
Yep.
at Rural. Another program with just success year after year. What makes you want to coach both? A lot of high school coaches are like, what's enough?
Well, I've never been known for being very smart, so that's what I probably am doing. But the basketball program was actually kind of kickstarted by Bill Annan, and I was his varsity assistant for 16 years. And then he went to coach in the college ranks. But a lot of what he instilled as far as philosophy and your culture and all the underlying features that people don't really see, I got from him, and I think they're proven that it works. But once again, you've got to have some athletes that know how to play the game and play hard. And we've just been in this, I think. I was his assistant for 16. I'm getting ready for my 16th year as the head coach. Will be this year. So for 31 of those years, we've never had a losing record. And I think in large part because of kind of our standards that we have and what we expect out of kids. But we have to have, like I said, the horses that can play the game and play at a high level. But I think that's kind of what sustained it.
Yeah, there's usually a lot of crossover too between the athletes that play both sports. What's it like getting to coach the same girls in multiple sports? Are they ever different? Are there anything that you notice that makes it different?
Well, I mean, some are a little better in volleyball, some are a little better at basketball. I know I feel like I get to coach them in two sports. I'm not sure how they feel about it, but I feel pretty lucky that they do that. But in both of those, and even if they play three, like Kate Hink's a kid, Brooklyn's a kid who played three sports, they give it their all in each of those sports, and it's just their work ethic that they were their parents instilled that in them.
Yeah, and since we've still got some time before basketball starts up and we're more focused on volleyball right now, what are some defining characteristics of your 2024 team? What can fans in the area expect from your squad this year?
Um, we're going to be a little bit young as far as varsity experience, but I think that we'll be pretty competitive. I think I don't know how good we'll be at the start of the year, but I think by the end of the year, we'll be very competitive. I think we have a chance not just to go to state, but maybe to make some noise there. There's some really talented teams in 6A. Blue Valley West, Blue Valley North, and Mill Valley are probably the top teams in 6A. But I think that if we just kind of keep working and just chip away, I think that they're going to see a team that's going to work hard. I think we're going to have great team chemistry. We're going to have a lot of excitement about us. I think we're going to get better each day, which people won't see as much. They're going to see the end product when we play, hopefully. But I think you're going to see a lot of excitement. You're going to see kids who work hard, play hard, and are great teammates.
Yeah. Anyone in particular you'd like to highlight or shout out that you think might have that, star power this year?
Well, we've got several that are still, kind of jockeying for positions. We don't know for sure. I know Layla Collins is the only kid really from back. She's our left side hitter. She's going to go to Washburn and play after her career, and her high school career is over. And she's the only one left over from the state championship team. Kate Hink's back. She was a libero for us last year. We got both of our middles back, Dane Shriver and Carson Horena. I don't know if I ever say her last name right, but I think that's close. We've got some kids that are Stella Kelly is probably going to be at least one of our setters. If we play a 5-1, she'll be our only setter. She started the year last year, then had a little bit of an injury, and then Zoe Canfield came back, who was really, really good at setting. So those are some of the names right off the top of my head. We've got several that are still competing for spots in the back row and right side, and we've hopefully, got to find a left side hitter. But we got some people that are competing for those spots, though.
All right. Think that's all I got for you, unless anything else you want to add.
Well, I don't know. I'm just excited. Can't wait to get going, and appreciate you having me on and let me talk about our girls a little bit.
Cool. All right. I will stop recording.